over here, I guess it comes up from somewhere in the back of the cave, runs underneath, and this water out here flows to the Jordan River. And because of the features of this, it was something that the Greeks really loved, and they felt like their gods inhabited places like this. So because of that, they built a sanctuary for Pan here and made sacrifices to their gods here. From up here is a picture of it, and that's part of all the old sanctuary up here. Around 4 BC, Philip of Tetrach rebuilt the city of Panaeus and renamed it Caesarea Philippi after the emperor Tiberius Caesar and his own name, Philip. The pagans in Jesus' day believed their fertility gods lived in the underworld, and the water that flows through was access for the gods to go to the underworld and come back to earth. The gods would go into the underworld in the wintertime and come back to the earth in the spring. And so they would actually make human sacrifices to those gods, and they did all sorts of just disgusting things here in this cave. They prostituted themselves and things like that. And so because of that, in Jesus' time, it was known sort of like the red light district, and they called it the gates to hell because of all those things that happened here, and because the pagans believed that the gods actually would go to the underworld and come back here. And let me pull my scripture up. Okay, in Matthew chapter 16, verse 13, it says, "When Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked the disciples, saying, 'Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?' And they said, 'Some say thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremias, or one of the prophets.' And he saith unto them, 'But whom say ye that I am?' And Simon Peter answered and said, 'Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God.' And Jesus answered and said unto him, 'Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.' Then charged he his disciples that they could tell no man that he was Jesus the Christ." And this is the area that he was referring to about the gates of hell.